So imagine that you're a party in a courtroom. You find out after you've lost your case that the judge was cousins with one of the parties that was litigating against you, the winning party. That would obviously concern you.
When you walk in the courtroom and you take a look and you know that, or your lawyer knows that, you suddenly don't feel very confident that he's going to listen to you.
You lost your case, and then you found out that your opponent had given me $10,000, had given me $100,000, had given me $1 million in a campaign prior to the decision. You might question whether I was truly unbiased and impartial. Basically, we're talking about the role of a judge in deciding whether a judge should stay on or off a case based on various outside pressures or connections that may impact the judge's fairness or impartiality. In Wisconsin, currently, the person who determines whether or not a judge should stay on a case or get off a case is the judge, him or herself. If you don't have the power of judicial review over that determination, it means that the person who is making the decision on whether they're fair and biased is the same person who has been challenged as not being fair or biased. It's kind of like saying, I am not a crook, and then being the final say-on.
Judicial races, particularly Supreme Court races, have become very high money races. There are millions of dollars being spent not only by the candidates, but more importantly, I think, by the advocacy groups, the third-party special interest group. And the perception is every time they vote consistently with a group that has contributed money to their campaign or helped them get elected, people question the impartiality of that decision. It's giving a sense to the public, and lots of people in the public, that the justice is for sale.
No one cares about a judge until they're standing in front of one. And when they do have to stand in front of a judge, what they really want is a judge that agrees with them, as opposed to a judge that's fair and impartial. But if they can't have that, the next best thing is a fair judge. And the system only works if you have a fair judge, a judge who can look at the facts, look at the law, be neutral, be impartial, and make the best decision he or she can based on the circumstances that are presented in court.
In Wisconsin, where money is not a reason to recuse yourself, and that's a very serious problem. We tried to do as a group of retired judges is say, look, there ought to be some limits and an opportunity to be heard and reviewed if in fact there's been a lot of money in the campaigns. We really spent a long time, and there were some judges that put immense work into this. The court simply and succinctly said no. No hearing, we don't have to look at it again, we don't need to change it.
And the petition was denied without a hearing. It's hard to get people to get engaged unless you can promise them something. Judges can only promise to be fair. So we have to be concerned about actual bias, we have to be concerned about appearance of bias, and if we don't do it, if we don't stand up and say, wait a minute, let's look at this again, then who will?
Get to know, sort of the integrity as much as you can of the people running for the position and what they're saying. If they're promising things in their election, then they're not going to be impartial.
It's kind of hard to turn around and complain that, well, wait a minute, what's happening with our justice system? I really think people need to pay attention, they need to get out, and they need to vote.
What kind of judge do you want sitting in that seat? The kind of person you want is somebody who's fair and just and impartial.